Back at the Hard Rock Casino and Hotel here in Las Vegas. Fight night on Versus. Coming up next, lightweight 6 rounds. Gamalier Rodriguez from Puerto Rico, coming off his only professional loss, takes on Jose Navarrete of Mexico as we look at the ITT Technical Institute tailor tape. Wally.
And as you can see right there, 6-year advantage in age for Rodriguez, just 21 years old. The height about the same, the weight just about the same, the reach exactly the same.
And the rules apply as usual. Let's ring the bell and get them started as we meet them both. Nick Charles, Wally Matthews, once again back here ringside, fight night on Versus. And Wally, looking forward to this, especially seeing Gamalier Rodriguez, a very strong amateur in Puerto Rico in that Cotto camp, and now based out of Vegas.
All right, ring the bell.
And he's a guy who's coming off his first career loss, Nick. So this is actually the first real test of his career, even though he's only had 6 fights.
Jose Navarrete's been busy this year, has won his last 2. Neither guy been past 6. And Navarrete listed as a southpaw. He sure doesn't look it so far.
Well, he's decided to go against the scouting report right now.
Navarrete is in the black, and in the red, the Puerto Rican Gamalier Rodriguez. Nothing like a Mexican against a Puerto Rican, huh? It's terrific, terrific rivalry. Great fight cultures. Rodriguez in the red, sure taking his time and letting Navarrete come to him, but now he'll crank it up, get busy with a body attack.
Yeah, it's about the 3rd time in this brief period of the fight so far that he's buried that left hook to the body.
So Rodriguez reading, and there's the left hook again. Straight right to the body tried by Navarrete. Navarrete, they punch together. Nice jab from Navarrete, really strong up the middle. For a guy with 14 losses, he's got a good foundation. Technically, he looks like a guy who knows how to fight.
Yeah, well, you know, he's a guy who's fought most of his fights back in Mexico, and you have no idea the way this guy was matched. But by watching him, you can tell he's probably matched pretty tough.
That's a great point. Gamalier Rodriguez again coming off that unanimous decision loss, his only fight this year after opening his pro career with 6 straight wins. And again, psychologically, how will he shake it off? Beltline blow that he really loves to go to the body, and you love to see it in a fighter.
Stop. Up.
Yes.
Yeah, they have been straying a little bit low, but he's got a real good natural left hook to the body.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's been on the borderline. There's that right to the body as well. Navarrete tries to step in with an uppercut. It's usually a bad idea, but Rodriguez didn't make him pay. Rodriguez in the red. Oh, he puts punches together beautifully there. Good first round for him.
Ooh, that's number 3, baby.
No more.
No more.
Jane Nady made it perfectly clear.
That was on the thigh.
You know, I just don't feel they're intentional, and I got to root for a guy who goes to the body and is not afraid to do so.
Yeah, no, I don't think they're intentional either. I think, you know, part of it has to do with he's a smaller guy, and when he goes down to throw that punch, it kind of strays low.
Stop.
And there's another one.
Time.
Oh, boy.
Be a point.
This is a problem.
1 point. 1 point. 1 point. Go that corner over there.
This is huge. You know, this is
You're not kidding.
for
In a 6-round bout.
Yeah, and Gamalier Rodriguez coming off the only loss of his career. Here it again. We've been over this, Wally. How many times does this guy take? Said 5 times he hit low, so he had the benefit of the doubt here.
Time in.
Guilty as charged. And Navarrete, as usual, doesn't take the 5 minutes allotted.
Nah, but he did take, you know, a bit of time there. We see a lot of guys jump right back in a macho display. They take like no time at all. At least he took, you know, 30 seconds, and he just retaliated with more. He did.
Left hook to the body, and I got to give it to Navarrete. He's full of fight here. That riled him up a little bit. Doesn't look hurt. Let's listen in.
Mira, José, trata esa derecha, le entró ahorita, pero no la usaste bien. Usa esa
derecha. 1-2, sigue, vuelve con, ya no lo deje con aire, si tú estás bien. ¿Cómo estamos? Pues vamos a tirar mano. Vamos a tirar mano. Ese ya entra por ahí.
Okay, if you're wondering why he lost the point, let's take a look. Here's one, and that's, you know, on the belt, okay? That's pretty solidly on the belt. You'll see another one here. It's right after he throws that right hand. He comes back. That one's way down low, and that's where he said no more, Jay Nady, and then there's another one, and there's just no doubt about it.
All right, so they take a point. Rodriguez wins the round, in my opinion, so it's 9-9.
Yeah, but you know what the effect of that warning and the point deduction is? It kind of takes away Rodriguez's best weapon.
His arsenal, you're right.
Now he's got to be a little worried about letting that punch go.
And it doesn't look like it took away a lot from Navarrete, who looks tough as nails. He shook off those body blows. There we go, the southpaw from the Puerto Rican, who is an orthodox fighter, we thought. So a little switch up.
You know why he did that?
Yeah.
So he won't throw that left hook to the body anymore.
Good point, and nice transition there, and he's sticking the jab pretty well. Right hand behind it missed, but our left hand behind it missed, but that right hook landed.
Now, you know, Nick, that first round was overwhelmingly, that's a good left hook there by Navarrete.
He's getting
overwhelmingly for Rodriguez, landed 26 of 64 punches to only 9 punches landed for Navarrete. So this round he should have won easily, and he winds up giving it away because of the low blows.
Well, at least he's not behind, we would say, and here we see Navarrete comes forward, trying to throw a hook. His chin is just hanging out at times. Looks very dangerous, trying to throw that uppercut from too far out. Gets battered back, and it looks like he's cut well above in the forehead area, right forehead.
Yeah. He's getting plastered.
Rodriguez really stringing the shots together. Navarrete elects not to cover up, and Jay Nady tells him, you better fight back or I'm going to stop it. And Nady thanks him.
Kept him from making a decision he did not want to make right now.
Yeah, very good fight here for guys. Well, Rodriguez, not a lot of pro experience. But a good fight for him, Wally. Only his 8th pro fight. Take on a guy who could deal with adversity and just keeps coming at him.
Now, you know, one thing about Navarrete that we should point out, he's been stopped 8 times.
I wouldn't rule that out tonight.
No.
Being 9. But I admire the tenacity in him, but he's not taking a backward step.
Well, he's extremely game, but he also, you know, for the style that he chooses to fight, and you saw him get nailed there, he just doesn't play defense well enough.
Three-punch combination again. It's Rodriguez stringing shots together beautifully. And now starting to push the Mexican back. See that uppercut from a little too far out.
Yeah. It's, you know, it's a common mistake for, you know, fighters who are, you know, fringe contenders, journeyman guys. And it's a real danger, especially against a guy who can throw a left hook the way Rodriguez can.
Very impressed with Rodriguez. He looks technically absolutely sound. There's that left hook from far out. Again, another mistake from Navarrete as we close out round 2. A good one for Gamalier Rodriguez.
All right, here's some of Rodriguez's work in round 2. You see, he does put his punches together very, very well, as you pointed out, Nick, and he's just not missing. Navarrete seriously deficient in the defensive department.
Well, you hit on a key element in what they were talking about. From what I could pick up in the corner, one of the things to Navarrete is they want him to move a little, give a few more angles in lateral movement instead of pulling straight out and going straight in.
That's nice. I just had the feeling it's never been a big part of his game.
Right. And he walks into a shot there. He did get off that left. There's that uppercut again. Big fundamental flaw. Whoa! Jay Nady caught that one. Wow. All right, listen.
Way down here.
Reminds me of my Monsignor when I was in 7th grade. I was scared out of my
I'm telling you, I love the admonitions.
No, you stay there.
You go in the corner.
It actually reminds me of my drill sergeant, too. Jay.
I try that with my kids. I tell them to go in the corner and count to 10, and they just don't listen.
They're out at 4, right?
Yep. All right, we're going to take another look at what caused this little play stoppage. And there's that right to the side, and then he follows it up. And actually, I'm not sure exactly what he was cautioning him there for. That was right on the belt line.
Oh, and here comes Navarrete trying to open up and be first. And now he's getting to Rodriguez. The one flaw I see with Rodriguez, and it's an exciting one, is that he'll stand in a pocket and slug, and that's how he's getting hit a little bit.
You know, you're absolutely right. After he lets his hands go, he kind of stands there, you know, and admires his work, and that's when he can get nailed. Luckily for him, Navarrete does not really exact much revenge in those situations.
You don't think much of Navarrete as a puncher either?
Well, haven't seen much effect at all on Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That's really the only way you can judge. You know, it's not how hard do you punch, but do you punch hard enough to hurt the guy you're fighting?
Yeah, excellent. Oh, and Navarrete coming on. He'll take one to give that left hook as he tries to shove it through. And now we see Rodriguez waiting. Oh, that was beautiful. Just countering, just rolling under and countering with a thunderous hook. And that really backed off Navarrete.
That looked like something that they worked on in the gym with the mitts.
Honestly.
You know, I'll swing this over your head, you duck it and hit me to the body.
Yeah, right. Now Navarrete stuffing the jab. He'll throw the uppercut. He really upright here. At times with those low blows, he was leveraging into those shots and bending at the waist quite a bit, but he'll stand straight up and try to fight tall at times. Oh, he walked into a left hand, so not punching. Man, Rodriguez getting a lesson. In terms of being dressed up and down by Jay Nady.
Oh, you're not kidding. He has been taken to the woodshed and back.
Sort of like you when I have to deal with you.
That happens all the time. You never take a point, though. In the rehearsal, I think you took a point.
Oh, big left hand, it looked like, and Navarrete took 4 steps back. He staggered back, but he is punching big time at the bell. Good round.
All right, here are the punches that got Navarrete in trouble late in the round. It was a left hook, and then he followed it up with a couple of overhand rights that landed up on the temple of Navarrete, and those are always damaging punches.
Round 4, scheduled 6-rounder. We're ringside here in Las Vegas at the Hard Rock Casino. Nick Charles with Wally Matthews. Happy you could be with us. Very spirited fight here. Lightweights, not a lot of experience. Gamalier Rodriguez in red, but looking very strong against Jose Navarrete, who looks very game, if not outclassed. Those body shots got to start taking a toll, Wally.
Yeah, you would think so, but what really took a toll, I thought, in round 3 was some of those overhand rights above the ear. And I'll tell you something else. Rodriguez really closed the 3rd round strong. He landed 17 punches, solid power punches in the final minute of the round.
Wow. I got to give it to Navarrete. He's been winging shots. He's been very wild at times, but he definitely he's here to win.
All right, let me just say this about Jay Nady.
That's check mark number 3 on a report card.
I love the way Jay Nady takes control of a fight and gets in there, but you have to start taking points. And I realize, look, Rodriguez is winning the fight. He's the better fighter, but we've seen the guy who's winning the fight get disqualified. How many times has he warned Rodriguez now for various infractions?
Very true.
About 6 times.
You know, Navarrete just now with that uppercut landed from outside.
He threw a good one last round, too.
And there's a better uppercut from Rodriguez, and bang goes the left hook.
Oh,
the uppercut again, and there goes a right in return.
See, he may have actually found the range for that punch now. It's probably too late.
Yeah. Beautiful right hand action, though, from Gamalier Rodriguez. He's putting punches together, really showing me a diverse attack.
And he wants to fight in close like this. And unfortunately for Navarrete, that's really the only place he can do any damage. So he's right in the other guy's punching range. Very, very unfortunate for him.
And here comes the switch again from Rodriguez, and an effective one. Now he'll go back orthodox. Navarrete trying to get off first, but it's Rodriguez walking him down slowly. Coming in behind the jab typically, but looking to set up those power shots. And what I like, well, he throws everything hard, Rodriguez.
Oh, absolutely. He's a good stiff puncher. Oh, he just nailed. He's got nailed by a good stiff right hand from Navarrete.
Yeah.
Tell you what, Navarrete, for a guy with 13 losses, has been stopped 8 times and pretty much been outgunned most of the way here. He's still trying to win this fight.
As we said, he's not here for a paycheck. He's here to win. very entertainment and a very, very formidable opponent at this stage of Gamalier Rodriguez's professional career. Gamalier Rodriguez in the red. We look at the man in black and the instructions for Jose Navarrete from the corner. Set up your power behind the jab, and that means set up that left hook and certainly the right hand over the top. It's pretty essential and elemental, but we see those wild hooks from outside aren't going to serve the purpose for Navarrete.
Yes, but let me offer this for your consideration. If you think that Navarrete had been around in round 4, you're right, because according to CompuBox, he outlanded Rodriguez 18-13 in the round. Now, that having been said, that's not the only way to score a fight, and I still thought Rodriguez won the round. But certainly Navarrete, I thought, had a much better round.
So how do you have it?
I've got it.
Wally?
Listen, if we're going by the round system, old school, I got it 4-0. But of course, we know that Rodriguez lost a point in round 1.
So you have a 9-9 and then 3-10-9.
That's what I have. However, this seems to indicate.
So 39-36.
Yes, but this seems to indicate that the judges might have it 2 rounds to 1 and 1 even, which would mean this fight is up for grabs.
That's a good point. We'll see the 5th, and it's Navarrete in black with that uppercut trying to time the rushes of Gamalier Rodriguez. So that's become his money punch. It's a little squared up now, but Rodriguez has trouble finding him with a clean shot.
Well, you know, there are signs that Rodriguez may be getting a little fatigued. And I realize it's only the 5th round, but we're talking about fighters, you know, who haven't gone past round 6, and this is, to them, you know, these are their championship rounds, so to speak.
Yeah. You see, you know, this is not a finished product, a guy coming off a loss, but I like Rodriguez. And I don't want to start anointing Navarrete as a victim, Wally, but what are the best, what do you see, what are the best things Rodriguez is doing, and what can he improve on?
Well, I think obviously the best thing that he does is throw that left hook to the body. I think he does it very well, and as you pointed out, he's a stablemate of Miguel Cotto, who, by the way, throws a pretty good left hook to the body. So clearly that's something that's being taught in that gym.
What can he do? What's he doing wrong besides standing in the pocket, not doing something?
That's exactly, to me, that's exactly the one flaw he has. He has to learn to land his punches and get out. You know, don't stand there and wait for the receipt. Get out. You know, you landed your shots, now move away.
And now, no, but, well, I give it to Navarrete. You know, he's not wasting time. If Rodriguez doesn't make the play, he's going to go first.
Now, you can't, you know, you cannot impugn his effort one bit, Navarrete. I mean, yeah, he's losing. I haven't given him a round, although the 4th round certainly could have gone to him. But he's been game all the way. Now, the thing about Rodriguez is he's a pretty stationary target. Does not move that head at all.
Yeah. 1 round to go here in our lightweight fight. It's Rodriguez and Navarrete. Back with more after this. 6th and final round. The man in red, Gamalier Rodriguez, arguably ahead on this card. The game, but probably losing the fight. Jose Navarrete trying to come forward and win it now. He's got 3 minutes to do it.
Well, you know what? That was another close round, round 5. Tough round to score, so it's not outside the realm of possibility. We're looking at a fight that could be decided by this round.
Oh, yeah.
And by the way, something that we suspected earlier, which was that Rodriguez would not throw the left hook to the body as much after losing the point. It's now been confirmed by scientific methods. Our friends in CompuBox have now confirmed that through their own scientific analysis that there have been left hooks to the body.
That's a great observation. Now we see Navarrete much busier. We talk about left hooks to the body. He looks like what Rodriguez looked like early in the fight. So Navarrete gets clocked by that hook to the head that time. Straight right hand by Rodriguez, but he's leaning in a little bit, and Navarrete didn't catch him. Navarrete doubling the jab.
It's a nice jab, too.
Yeah,
something he doesn't use a heck of a lot.
Real infrequent. We saw him on the jab early in the fight, and then he abandoned it for the most part. Trying those hooks from outside, right uppercuts from outside.
Yeah, that was the uppercut again, the one that you pointed out earlier. That was thrown maybe half a step too far back.
Yeah, that's Rodriguez in red. Not very busy this round. Not a way to go back to the dressing room. You'd like to make a statement, but he could have hit on something, Wally. Maybe he was taking a breather there.
I thought he was tiring from the 4th round on. Now, that was a pretty good sequence.
Trying to push Navarrete back. Oh, nice right hand. So good follow-up. Very strong counter-punching from Rodriguez. I'm absolutely impressed with that.
And he loves it on the inside. I mean, he just welcomes when Navarrete moves in to trade punches on the inside.
Oh, it looks like that could be Navarrete's only, or best shot, obviously, at this point, with a minute to go in the fight. Yeah.
He just ran into a right hand.
Navarrete's got to air it out a little bit. You certainly can't believe he's ahead on the cards, but he's in the fight. Man, there's a couple borderline blows from him in this round.
I think Jay Nadia said, you know what, I did all I could with these guys and just let it go.
Look at him finish here. It's
wow.
Rodriguez getting backed up a little bit. Navarrete coming on big, coming on the best he can. Never stops trying in this round, and arguably won this round. It could be awfully close.
It's going to be interesting to see what those scorecards say. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, I have it Rodriguez pretty easy, but we'll see. Great, in my opinion, Wally, is fabulous matchmaking. You hit on that earlier, where Navarrete probably could have been overmatched early in his career, and maybe these guys didn't know what they were getting besides a guy with a boatload of experience.
All right.
Rodriguez
I'm running
had all
the numbers.
he can handle with this guy.
I'm running the numbers here through my own personal computer, which is the one between my ears. I came up with Rodriguez 57-56. 4 rounds to 2 plus 1 round where he lost a point.
Right.
So that's a pretty close fight.
Absolutely.
So I'm not going to squawk if it goes the other way.
And again, they really paired these guys up well. It was a fight that you could look at a guy with 14 losses, a losing record, and Navarrete. You don't take these people lightly, because he absolutely pressed and made Rodriguez fight, and not pull it out, but he made him fight 3 minutes around.
Now here's the final CompuBox numbers for the fight, all right? 133 punches landed for Rodriguez, 86 landed by Navarrete. It seems like a wide margin. However, from my memory, most of that was rolled up in the first 3 rounds of the fight, and the second half of the fight was a heck of a lot closer.
I agree. And I wonder what that speaks to, you know, in terms of Rodriguez. It's not like he got punished, and we'll see. He went 6 for the second time in his, or third time in his career. Let's get the official word now from ring announcer Jake Gutierrez.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds in the lightweight division, we go to the scorecards. We have a unanimous decision. Judge Adelaide Bird scored this bout 59-54. Judge Dalby Shirley scores it 59-53. And Judge Paul Smith sees it 57-56, all for the winner by unanimous decision, Gamalier Rodriguez.
Gamalier Rodriguez wins it, but
all right. 2 of the cards I thought were a little
there.
Yeah.
Pretty wide margin they had it by him. It's
well, you know what?